Yo, what it do, YouTube? What it do? It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. As y'all know, it's fall season. You feel me? So the leaves falling, temperature changing. It's been raining mostly where I'm living at, so that's the main reason why I ain't posting no video. Like as for today, it ain't even sunny for real. It was earlier, but it's just cloudy today. And I need to go ahead and make this video since it's not raining. So I don't want to say too much today, but there has been a lot going on lately. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that I noticed floating around the internet, like the Rapture. What was the other thing? Oh, the 3-eye atlas shit. You feel me? What else? You got 3-eye atlas, and it was something else, bro. I can't remember. Oh, full moon. But topic of the day, bro. It's like we just yapping about it's time. It's finally time, bro. I've been waiting a long time for this moment, for things to start circling back, for the world to like finally end. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw the little 3-eye atlas stuff, I'm not really too big into just astronomy and stuff like that. I used to before I was conscious, but you learn stuff about reality, and you start to veer away from that. As far as my beliefs, I look at life more as a simulation. You feel me? And when you got that understanding or overstanding, a lot of that stuff becomes irrelevant. There's something making a lot of noise over here. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's up in a tree, bro. I think it's a squirrel making his nest, bro. So yeah, when people started talking about 3-eye atlas and stuff like that, the things that was popping up on my timeline was like people tweaking, talking about some. Well, astronomers, they just like, we don't know what it is. It's apparently an interstellar object, but what's its purpose? And like, from my research, they said it's not like a comet. You know what I'm saying? It's fall time, but these mosquitoes ain't letting up, bro. Niggas need to go on somewhere. But they said it's not like a comet. You know what I mean? And if you know anything about comets, they have a distinctive tail. And that tail is created from the emissions that come from internally from the comet passing by the sun. the sun heats the core, and um, it creates those gases and creates that tail. So like the interesting thing about Three Eye Atlas is that the fact that it doesn't have a tail. So that means like whatever is propelling it ain't necessarily like gas. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes a comet move is the gas that's emitted from it. But with Three Eye Atlas, it's unique. It's an interstellar object, so meaning it's from deep space, meaning it's from outside of our solar system. So they going crazy about that. But then another thing that popped up on my timeline is like people's interpretation of what it may be, and also channeled messages from certain individuals, like people who read tarot cards and stuff like that on YouTube. So I haven't really watched any of those videos. I just noticed that like it just popped up in my timeline. So, you know, from my perspective, I haven't really been too big into like the Three Eye Atlas stuff. I kind of just ignored it, to be honest. But you know, my cousin who pays attention to this stuff, she came up to me asking me what it may be. She was like, "What you think it is? It's like, is it like the Anunnaki coming back?" And I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really got no channeled message about nothing. But apparently, the more weirder reality gets here on Earth, the more information that comes out about Three Eye Atlas. So I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know that it does have something to do with the Rapture stuff and the overall shift that we're going through right now. So, people was tripping about the Rapture, and like I said, this is something I've been waiting for years. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the Rapture goes, the Rapture is basically a mass awakening. That's what the Rapture is, bro. So, the world ended back during the pandemic. When the pandemic started, that's when the world ended. Or really you could say the world ended back in 2012. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably remember that stuff. But we just gonna talk about when everybody started to shift collectively, in massive numbers. You know what I'm saying? So the pandemic triggered that stuff. When the pandemic started, yeah, that's what that is. That's that mosquito that bit me earlier. Ugh. All right, so the pandemic was when the world as we regularly knew it ended. You know what I'm saying? So one thing that people are going through is a mass awakening. You know what I'm saying? If anybody has heard of Real Kaya on YouTube, it's a young girl in the community who's very popular on TikTok, and she also be on YouTube. Of course, I don't use TikTok, so I found out about her on YouTube, and she did a video about people going through zoochosis. You know what I'm saying? Which is basically people realizing that everything that we subscribe to as far as this system goes is fake. News is fake, sports is fake, people are fake. A lot of aspects of this reality is fake. And this world is an illusion. the Maya. You know what I'm saying? So like people having this mass awakening where they realizing this stuff when a lot of us in this community we been through this, right? We didn't been gone through that process of awakening, and like what we have been experiencing for the past like what decade is, you know, going through the dark night of the soul, doing shadow work and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Where you purge all the things that no longer serve you out of your life, and it starts to become replaced with things that have way deeper meaning and substance as far as like how it relates to your life experience here on earth. So this is basically what the rapture is, and that's basically what everybody is going through is a mass awakening. As far as mass awakening, um you know, stuff that people in our community we've been on for real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I've been waiting on this, because I've been had that realization, and I've been waiting for this day or this time. You feel me? Another thing you need to realize about what's happening right now. So I can only reference what I see, you know, in my reality, and you know, like I said, I haven't been making a lot of videos lately because it's been raining. But like, you know, I also, you know, just sometimes don't be in the mood, right? You know what I mean? Because, you know, spirit guides you, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing about spiritual spirit spiritual awakening, is that like you developing your ability to be intuitive and discern what's for you as far as how you create your life, right? So like I said, I pay attention to spirit, you know what I mean? I pay attention to the signs that's given to me, you know what I mean? And you know, one of the main ways you can be aware of this is to pay attention to your timeline, to the things that pop up in your feed, as far as like what you use as social media. So I use YouTube, and the type of things, because nothing is a coincidence, right? Eh, ain't no such thing as a coincidence. Everything that you see or experience is for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's put in your face for a reason, right? So the things that pop up on my timeline is some very hype stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like spirit really be hyping me up, right? Talking about you gonna be rich, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be famous, you know what I mean? Now mind you, these things I've always been like aware of, as far as like how people treat me when I meet them, you know what I'm saying? These expectations that people be having, that I don't really see in myself, or that I didn't really see in myself, but now I'm fully aware of, since I'm older and also been on this journey for a while. So I know these things, right? But like now more than ever, you know what I'm saying? Also going back towards this rapture is like, you know, um, the world is ending. The world as we know it. As far as like this system, the government, you know what I'm saying? Um, this financial system, and the way we overall exist here on Earth, you know what I mean, collectively, all of this stuff is going through a massive shift. You know what I'm saying? And for the people who have already been on this train before, you know, it didn't happen mainstream wise, you know what I'm saying? For everybody who's been on the train, you're gonna reap the benefits of this shift um before everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because you already done the work. You know what I'm saying? So one reason I'm making this video is um because I know that there's other people that's going through the same things, that's having the same feelings as me. You know what I'm saying? Lately I've been feeling kind of uneasy, kind of anxious. You know what I mean? Not in the mood, right? And that's just because of everything that's happening right now, like the shift that we're going through collectively. And like it's finally time, bro. It's finally time. It's finally time that you get what you deserve. You feel me? So, and I've already seen little glimpses of it. You know what I mean? That's part of the reason why, you know, a nigga just be like a little bit uneasy. It's cause, you know, you hyping me up about all this stuff, but I ain't really seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm starting to see it now. You know what I'm saying? So nothing too crazy right now, but you know, I'm starting to see it, and I'm, you know, when you see it, be grateful, bro. You know what I mean? But like I said, I want this video to serve as confirmation for anybody who going through the same thing as me. You know what I mean? Because if this came across your timeline, like, you know, that's what it's supposed to serve as. It's supposed to serve as confirmation. You know what I mean? Because I'm a reflection of you. So the things that I'm going through, you're more than likely you're going through something similar, because the experience you creating for yourself, we're resonating on the same type of vibration. So the reality that we're experiencing is going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about like traveling into other dimensions, it's all based off of frequency and vibration. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, when I see things like, oh, you have shifted, congratulations, you won, you shifted to the 5D reality. When you see stuff like this, it means that like you don't really need to worry too much. Like, don't get too much in your mind, you know, overthinking things. You know what I mean? Stay focused on what you envision for yourself, you know, and you get exactly what you deserve, because reality is shifting to what it's supposed to be. And what's going on is like all the old stuff, all the faulty systems that no longer work anymore, that's no longer a part of this new reality, is finally about to come to an end. You know what I'm saying? So let this serve as confirmation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Expect nothing but blessings, prosperity, and abundance. Expect everything that you wish for, that you have been desiring or putting your energy towards. Expect all those things to come full circle, bro. Like, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I also want to give a quick shout out to my new subscriber. You know what I'm saying? Since my channel is small, I can keep up with everything that's happening, right? So shout out to Yin Sun 777. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's interesting about when he subscribed to my channel was like, I was watching a video, and in the video some numbers popped up, and it said 77777. So it was like 5 sevens. And as soon as I seen that, I got the notification on my phone. Bing, you got a new subscriber. Yin Sun 777. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all know what 7 mean, lucky 7, abundance, you know? So, you know, that for me just served as confirmation. And I also want to take the time out to acknowledge Anybody who came across my channel who didn't like, comment, subscribe, you are appreciated, bro. I'm extremely grateful for you. Cause like I said, you know, when you don't really see much going on, you kind of get uneasy. You know, we human, bro. So like, you know, get uneasy. You just like, you know, where is this abundance? And it's right in my face. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do nothing but be grateful. You know, give thanks. You know what I mean? And keep my vision. You feel me? So shouts out to anybody who watching this video. And I encourage you to please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. If you think this message resonated with you, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Got a lot of ideas that I want to you know, get out there. You feel me? So stay tuned. What they say? Hit the notification bell. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace.